Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of classes here at Shiage Do Martial Arts. Today's Monday, so we're going to get started with some katas. Alright, we're going to start with 3 higher katas. Chinto kata, Kusanku kata, and Sanchin. So Chinto is our green belt kata, Kusanku is our blue belt kata, and Sanchin is our brown belt kata. So we're going to practice all 3 of those today. If you don't know a kata, that's okay. Just walk through it the best you can. I'm going to take them slow so you guys can follow along with me. If you do know the katas, as I always say, make sure that you're stopping the film and doing the kata a couple extra times just so you have to practice. Alright, so we're going to start off with Chinto kata today. So, like I said last week, Chinto kata is fought at an angle. And the reason it's fought at an angle is so that my feet, when I'm in a zenkutsu or a horse stance, point towards a wall. It's kind of a teaching aid. Okay, so today, when I'm facing you guys, make sure that you're keeping your feet pointed towards the walls when you're in those stances. Okay? That's me. Kyotsuke. Ray. Chinto. Hajime. So come down. We're going to look to the corner as we step out. I'm going to draw back into a cat stance, facing towards the front corner. X-block. Now when I stop, what I want to do is I'm going to roll my heel and roll my hands. Okay, so I roll my heel this way, boom, so that my heel is facing the same direction my cat stance was facing. So I'm going to turn my foot all the way around, and then I'm going to whip it back forward. Okay, while I'm doing that, my hands are going to do this. They're going to switch places, like my hands are tied at the wrists. Okay, so if you pretend your hands are tied, they're just going to stay right there touching each other. You're going to grab as I get my heel back and turn my foot forward. I'm going to do my back fist. So all together it looks like this. Step over seisan, punch. Step with your left foot, horse stance. Double block, my feet are pointing towards the walls. Spin all the way around, back to a seisan stance, down block. Draw back cat, X. Jump double front kick, X block. Look over my shoulder, turn my foot, X block. Look over my shoulder, turn my foot, punch. Now from here, I'm going to circle step. Seisan, punch, elbow, guard. I'm going to step back into a horse stance and throw. Okay, so basically what's happening is either somebody's coming at me with a technique and I'm just grabbing them and tossing them behind me, or I'm hitting this guy behind me here because I'm doing 2 shudos, or I'm just getting ready to fight this guy in front of me and I'm hiding my technique. Okay, so because if there's a guy standing here in the front corner, he wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So as he steps in, I'm going to come up, strike through, and strike. So double shudos. I'm going to shift to zenkutsu, double shudos, shift to horse stance. So now my feet are pointing towards this wall and the back. Double knuckles down. I shift my back foot. Now both my feet are pointed here. Open hand side. It's an open hand side. Open hand side block to the head level. So it's up here. Hammer fist. You're gonna grab like their ponytail, the top knot, or their hair. Step behind and smush. Step back crane. Double block. Okay, so this one's like a guard in front of my solar plex. This one's here doing a down block. My left foot's in front. All right, and I got all my weight on my back foot. I'm gonna do a front kick, double knuckles down, right? This is like blocking a front kick, double high block. I'm gonna step left foot forward, seisan, strong down block. Step right foot forward, seisan, strong down block. Look over your shoulder, turn, and down block. I'm gonna look over my shoulder, step into a crane stance, double high block. Step in horse, elbow, double knuckles down. All right, again, my feet are pointing towards these walls here, side and back. I'm going to shift, so now my foot is pointing towards this corner here in my crane stance. Double head block. I'm going to shift, so when I shift, I'm just turning my foot straight. Kick, set, circle step, seisan stance, punch, step back horse stance, biggie punches. Step straight back crane, kick, and I'm going to switch places. So it's going to step, shift, kick, open hand side block, hammer fist to knock their shoulder out of place, front kick, down on one knee, punch. Alright, so as I said, Chinto is our green belt kata. It comes from Isshin Ryu. And the story behind it basically is Chinto was a guy. He was pretty much a pirate, if you want to think of him that way. He washed up ashore in Japan, in Okinawa, and he was from China. So what was happening was he didn't know anybody, he didn't know the language, and so he was basically stealing for food. And the commoners and the peasants around didn't like that very much because he was stealing their food, and so they petitioned the high courts, the royalty, to help them out. So the king sent Matsumura out there, and Matsumura met this guy named Chinto. And when he met Chinto, he saw that the guy didn't fight anything like anybody he had ever met. So Matsumura agreed to basically protect him and take care of him, give him food, give him whatever, in trade for learning his fighting style. So that's where Chinto comes from. It's kind of cool. All right, so next one is Kusanku. Kusanku is our blue belt kata. So stay with me if you can. Yasme? Kyotsuke? Ray? Kusanku. Hajime. 1, 2. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to come up, I'm going to make a diamond, I'm going to bow. As I lean forward, I'm kind of like peeking through the grass. So I peek, come up to a Naihanchi stance with a guard. I'm going to step to the left into a Zenkutsu, and I'm going to kind of lean through it a little bit as I'm guard. I switch, guard the other side. So I'm going to go throw a punch in my head, I head block. I stomp to help turn my body and to make him think I'm someplace else. As he throws another punch, I'm dodging it and punching him. He throws another punch. I stomp to make him think I'm elsewhere and twist his other punch and punch him in the gut. Head block. Look, I'm going to draw back cat stance. I'm going to do I'll show you guys to the side here. I'm going to do a back fist and a front kick at the same time. So I draw back fist, front kick. Set to the front, seisan. Guard. Excuse me, guard. 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 Step in, pop, and punch. I'm going to look to the back. I'm going to step seisan stand, punch left. Zenkutsu, punch right. Up in a guard, block, and chop. Just like in just like Kusanku. It's a lot like basic number 13, but I'm going to be in my crane stance. So I'm going to do a front kick. I'm going to come down on one knee. I'm going to do a side block. I'm going to stand up and punch. Chamber and get ready. Block, strike as I set in my crane. Kick, down on one knee, side block, stand up, punch. I'm going to look to the left side, draw back cat stance. I'm going to do that same double thing again. Back fist front kick. Elbow to their groin or to their knee, depending on how tall they are. Look, draw back cat, double, step out, elbow. I'm going to look. Parting the grass. This is where I'm kind of like, I'm taking a guard and I'm breathing. I'm taking a guard and breathing. And breathing. Set horse. X block, block, strike, coming up the crane, kick, double block. I'm going to step away, off to the side, hammer, hammer, side block, punch, punch. I'm going to look, throw back cat. This is where I do the crazy jump kick. So I'm going to step out, horse, back fist, and back to a cat really fast, so I'm here. What I'm kind of doing with my feet is I'm going to bring one foot up to my hand, set, and the other one's coming around for the second crescent kick to turn me all the way around. Okay? So when I do that here, back, guard, up, and around. Now I'm going to jump and switch places. Stand up, side block, punch, punch. I'm going to look back to the front, into a guard in my cat stance and do this dragon stomp. So I'm kind of bringing both my hands around, and it's quick, but I'm basically baiting them in, saying, go ahead, hit me, I dare you. They come in to try to hit me, so I block their punch, step in, crane, stab to the gut. I look around to make sure nobody's around me. I'm fighting this next guy, down block, double. I'm gonna finish him off with an elbow. I look over here, this guy's trying to do 2 punches. So when I turn, I'm gonna start blocking both punches. My right hand is gonna come down, my left hand is gonna come up, and they're gonna pretty much twist them up. So it comes around like so. And then push. Step out, horse, double block, step in, hammer, hammer, axe. Look, look, step around, Seissan stance, axe block, draw back cat, palms up, jump double front kick, step to the front or to the back, side block, punch, punch, to the front, guard, guard, finish. Okay, so that was Chinto kata, or I'm sorry, that was Kusanku kata. Kusanku is our blue belt kata, and that one is fought at night. Okay, so that one's kind of different in that it's got a time of day setting on it. It was basically fought at night on like the edge of a village. That's why you're like peeking through the weeds. You're out fighting people. Some of it's in open areas, some of it's not. Another part of just stories that have been passed down that aren't necessarily accurate, but just to kind of explain some of it is like in Japanese restaurants they have little instead of having doors, because most of the restaurants, like street side restaurants, have just bar seating, so there'd be a little peek through, like a curtain. So you would peek through the curtain and then step through to fight. So there's a couple different iterations of it, but generally it's fought at night and you're peeking. We just go with peeking through the weeds. So the last one we're going to do today is Sanchin kata. Sanchin kata is a brown belt kata. One of the 3 that you learn is a brown belt. It is the second kata you learn from Gojo-ryu. Okay, so our only other Gojo-ryu kata is Sanchin, which is we learned at Advanced Yellow. Sanchin is a very hard kata. Okay, and if you watch me or one of if we have like a visiting sensei, one of the very high belts, you'll hear them do some crazy breathing. Some of our black belts are starting to learn that. That is part of this kata. Okay, so a lot of this kata is about isometrics. Isometrics is basically pushing and pulling at the same time. So if I throw my punch and I tighten both my tricep and my bicep, my punch only goes this fast. Okay, and that's kind of what we want when we're doing this kata, is for it to be slow. We're working that isometrics. When you work isometrics, you actually strengthen both muscles because you're providing resistance to yourself. Okay, if you've ever seen bodybuilders when they do their poses and stuff, when they lock into that pose, it's because they're doing the isometrics. They're basically pushing and pulling, and that's how they get the definition and stuff that everybody thinks of when they think of bodybuilders. Sanchin gives us the same thing. It's kind of but part of what it does is isometric breathing. Isometric breathing is dangerous. It's useful, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. Okay, if you do it wrong or you do it too much, you can hurt your lungs. Case in point, I popped mine. Okay, it really sucks. Kaicho Chase had some problems with his trachea for the same reason. It just builds up so much scar tissue in your lungs and your trachea and stuff. It's not good for you. So we don't do it at full power hardly ever after I teach it to you. But in a fight, it's one of the best things that you can do short term. And basically, it's the same thing as having somebody stand on your stomach and be able to breathe. Okay? It's tightening all of your chest muscles and breathing in and breathing out. And you get that really weird sound that you guys probably heard me make, that sound. Okay? Now, again, I don't want you to do that. The reason we don't do that is because I don't want you to get hurt. I will teach it to you when your body is physically ready to handle that. Okay? But understand that if you start doing that too early, you will hurt yourself. Okay? And popped lungs aren't fun. Take my word on that. Okay? So, Sanchin kata. Nice and easy. So we're going to do the moves, we're not going to do the breathing. Okay? So it's going to be Yasmin, Kyotsuke, Rei, Sanchin, Hajime. So this is the only kata we have where we step right instead of left. So we're going to step out right into our Sanchin Dachi. So Sanchin Dachi is kind of like Naihanchi stance, except it gets mixed with Seisai. So if I'm in my Naihanchi and I step forward, this is my Sanchin Dachi. Okay, my Sanchin stance or Sanchin stance. Okay, I'm gonna come up and guard. So these are all reverse punches to start. So it's going to be 3 reverse punches. So I'm going to bring it all the way up to my chin. So I have this nice good line, comes back to my hip. And this is also the only kata we have with corkscrew punches. And the reason that Master Shimabuku retained the corkscrew punch for this kata is because when you're doing the isometrics, that twisty motion builds more muscles in your wrists. So we do our full corkscrew. It's going to come out, block, come out, block. And when I do this, I'm tightening my legs and my shoulder, my other shoulder, and my throat. Okay? Then I'm going to step forward, lock in, nice and slow, bring it all the way up to my armpit, comes down to my hip, twisty punch, break. So if somebody's grabbing my wrist, so I'm breaking their grip here, breaking their grip here. Again, I'm tightening all the rest of my muscles. Last one. So I step forward, back in my Sanchin Dachi, big wind up, and I keep my elbow should be touching my body the whole time. Corkscrew punch with isometrics. So you're pushing and pulling the whole time. Black, block. Now from here, we're going to do our first lunge punch. So it's going to come in. We don't step this time. We just do the punch. Punch, break, break. Back to a lunge or a reverse punch. Punch, break, break, and then for the last series here, it's going to be bring it all the way in, punch, break, and then it's rip, tear. So basically you're just grabbing their bottom rib, right, this floating rib at the bottom of their rib cage, and you're cracking it and pulling it apart. So now we're going to do that 3 times. So we're going to bring in both hands like you're sniffing your fingers. I know it's weird, but it's what you're doing. Step out or push out. Stab. When you recoil, you're going to curl your first knuckle like you're doing a half fist. You're going to break, tear. Okay? So you're grabbing their bottom rib and you're pulling it apart, which is really super painful. Number 2, same thing. Out, recoil, pull, tear. And when you're doing this tear, make sure you're engaging your lats. Okay? You should feel your muscles on the back, right under your armpit here, tightening up. And last one. Out, back, rip, tear. So we're going to put our right hand over our left hand, just like in Kusanku. When I step back, I'm going to bring my right hand down. I'm going to tie them up, push together, and out. Put my left hand over my right hand as I step back again. Push together, and out. Now, this is the end of the kata, but we got to recover our breathing. So we're going to do a full bow. I'm sorry. A full bow, a half bow, a quarter bow, and those are just for breathing. And then we do our traditional bow. So if you're doing this with the breathing, the reason you do 3 is because it goes full breath, half breath, almost no breath, and then finish. Okay? So again, Sanchin is a brown belt kata. It's built for isometrics. I love Sanchin kata. I know it's really short, but I love doing it, especially at the end of testing. When you go to testing sessions, if you've never been to one, you basically do every kata you ever learned, and a ton of other stuff. I love doing Sanchin like last or almost last because when you do that isometrics, basically what it does is it forces your body to use all the oxygen that it has stored in all your muscles. And so when you're doing your breathing and you're pushing through this kata, you're doing the isometrics, it forces your body to kind of recycle the oxygen in your muscles. And I always feel way better. I feel way refreshed when I do this kata. It took me a while to figure that out. But if you do the isometrics at 100%, and I'm not talking about the breathing, I'm talking about the punches where you do this full bore at 100%. You push all the oxygen, the unused carbon dioxide, or the unused oxygen gets used, and you push all the carbon dioxide out, and it's recycling back through pretty quickly, and it makes you feel way better. So when you've done 1,000 katas and you need to do 5 more, Sanchin's a good way to break that up. So that's going to be it for our katas. Make sure if you don't know those, you take the time, go back through them again. If you do know them, pause the video, do them by yourself a couple times. If you have questions or whatever, either refer back to the video or send me an email or text or something. I'd be happy to get that, happy to answer for you. I've had a couple of them come up already. Somebody asked me simple questions. I love answering that kind of stuff. It breaks up my day, and literally there's only a 4-hour period on average that I'm not awake at any given time. So if you send it to me, chances are I'll get back to you pretty quick. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is some terminology, okay? So one of the things that we're going to just go over is our punches and kick terminology, and then I got us a speed drill, and then we'll be done for today, okay? So when we're doing our punches, we have basically 2 punches. We have our lunge punch, where we punch over our front foot, and our reverse punch, where we punch over our back foot. There's a couple more. I'm going to go over them real quick, but these are the basic 2 punches, all right? Everything else is based off of these. So our lunge punch is oizuki. Technically T-S-U-K-I, oizuki. But we pronounce it in English with a Z, okay? It's the same sound, it's just we spell it differently. So oizuki is lunge punch. So I'll count. Ready? 1, oizuki. 2, oizuki. 3, oizuki. 4, oizuki. Good. And then we've got our reverse punch. Reverse punch is geiakazuki. Geiakazuki. Good. So we're going to punch over our back foot. Ready? 1, geiakazuki. 2, geiakazuki. 3, geiakazuki. 4, geiakazuki. Good. The last one traditionally that we talk about is our uppercut. Now, if you think about it, the word for uppercut refers to the fact that I'm doing a lunge punch. And it also refers that I'm doing a head lunge punch. So the word for upper is jodan. Okay, so if we have jodan, chudan's the middle, geidan is low. So a jodan oizuki is a head lunge punch. Okay, that's basically what they call uppercuts. So if I'm doing we call it a jodan oizuki. Technically, if you're doing a reverse uppercut, you could call it a jodan geiakazuki, and you'd still be right. Okay, I'm not going to get into that too far. I'm not worried about it so much. If you guys just call it jodan oizuki, I'm pretty happy. Okay, so we'll do that one. We'll just step with both sides. You ready? Jodan oizuki. Jodan oizuki. Jodan oizuki. And jodan oizuki. Good. The other 2 that we talk about are consecutive punches. So when we do our basics, down block 5 punches. Consecutive punches, meaning you're doing a bunch of them, is renzuki. So if you're doing 5 consecutive punches, it's go renzuki. 5 consecutive punches. If you're going to do 10, it would be ju renzuki. Okay, just for ease of use. So if I say renzuki, that means you're doing multiple punches. So we're going to do ni renzuki, which is 2. So I'm going to count. You guys are going to say ni renzuki. Ready? Ichi, ni renzuki, ni renzuki, san, ni renzuki, shi, ni renzuki, and let's do a go renzuki just for the heck of it. Ready? Go renzuki, go. Awesome. So renzuki means consecutive punches. You're doing them one after another. The last one is reference to the how we punch, okay? So tatezuki means vertical punch, okay? So if I'm doing a tatezuki as opposed to a seiken. Seiken refers to the fact that it's a punch, but it's kind of the twist punch. It's what they refer to as corkscrew, okay? So seiken means punch, right, in Japanese. Zuki also means punch. They've got a million words for the same thing. It's no different than some of our stuff. We've got a million words for the same thing too. But they have 2 words for punch. So seiken usually refers to this twisty punch. A tatezuki usually refers to a vertical fist punch. And then that is how we delineate what kind of punch we're doing. So if you remember tatezuki as vertical punch, and you remember renzuki as consecutive punches, you remember oizuki as a lunge punch, gyakuzuki as a reverse punch, and jodan oitsuki, you're doing awesome, okay? We're going to go over the kicks real quick too, all right? So, fun fact, the Japanese word for kick isn't geri, it's keri, K-E-R-I, keri. The word changes when you add a kick in front of it. So like front kick is mei geri. It changes from a K to a G when you add the word in front of it. If you just say geri, or geri, G-E-R-I, it means diarrhea. So fun fact, by itself, the word is with a K, okay? Japanese is weird, but it's a lot of fun. So, we're going to do nice and easy ones. So, we're going to start with mei geri is front kick. Ready? So, ichi, mei geri. Ni, mei geri. San, mei geri. Shi, mei geri. Alright, if I turn it to the side of my body, right? So, we have mei is in front, jodan's high, chudan's in the middle, Gedan is low, Yoko is side, okay? So it would be Yoko Geri. It could be Jodan Yoko Geri. It could be Chudan Yoko Geri. It could be Gedan Yoko Geri, or just Yoko Geri. And that usually means to the solar box. So we'll try it out. Ready? We'll do one on each side, going back and forth. Ready? Yoko Geri. Yoko Geri. Yoko Geri. And Yoko Geri. Good. The last one with the direction on it is behind you. So we have front is mei, side is Yoko, which means behind us is Ushiro. So back kick is Ushiro Geri. Okay? So if I hand my hands in front, I'm going to look over my shoulder, kick straight back, Ushiro Geri. Look over my other shoulder, kick straight back, Ushiro Geri. Okay? So when I'm doing these, I want to make sure I'm looking over the shoulder of the leg that I'm kicking with. So the same side. Don't cross and kick on the opposite side. That's how you tweak your back. Trust me, you might not feel it when you're young, but when you get to my age, you definitely feel it. So do it the right way now. Ready? Ich, Ushiro Geri. Ni, Ushiro Geri. San, Ushiro Geri. And Shi, Ushiro Geri. Okay, so we have front kick mei geri, side kick Yoko Geri, back kick Ushiro Geri, and now let's add in 2 more for now. There's a bunch more kicks, but we're going to add in just 2 more simple ones so you guys have a good start. So roundhouse kick brings it around your body like it's bringing it around the house. You know what else spins around? A washing machine, and that's how I remember this one. So a roundhouse kick is like a front kick that you stick in a washing machine to make it go around. So we call it mei washi geri. Okay? Washi really just means rolling. So it's your front rolling kick or front spinning kick. That's however you want to call it. But it's the same thing, right? Twisting kick. I'm not quite sure the exact translation because waru and washi refer to like front rolls too, like if you're doing a shoulder roll. But let's do it together. You ready? Mei washi geri, ich. Mei washi geri, ni. Mei washi geri, san. And mei washi geri, shi. Good. The other one that I really want to do is blade kick. So we call this one usually a 45-degree blade kick because that tells you which direction you're kicking. It's usually aiming at the knee, so I get my knee up high and I kick out with the heel of my foot like I'm doing a side kick, except it goes to the corner. That one is called sokuto geri. Sokuto is the side of my foot, the blade of my foot. Okay, that's the Japanese word for that. So sokuto geri just means blade kick. It can technically be to any direction, and I've done in think about Naihanchi kata, you do a sokuto geri. Okay, you do that kick before you set down into your Naihanchi stance. Okay, so sokuto geri means blade kick. So we're gonna do it side to side. Ready? Sokuto geri. Sokuto geri. Sokuto geri. And sokuto geri. So your sokuto geri and your yoko geri are similar but different. Your yoko geri is going to kick more with your heel. Okay, when you're doing it properly, your foot will be on its side, but when I do my kick, I'm kicking with my heel here. If I'm doing a sokuto geri, I'm literally kicking with the side of my foot, and it's more so that I can catch their knee in the middle of that and break it sideways. That's what a sokuto geri is for, is targeting the knee. Alright, so that's it for our terminology today. Alright, write those down if you don't have them in your notebook. If you need to know how to spell something, do your best to guess, or send me like a voice memo or something saying, Sensei, how do you spell whatever, and I'd be happy to help you. The other option you have is, if you have your training manual, this guy right here, they're all written out for you on one of these pages. So moms and dads, if you're trying to help them write into their notebooks, that's a good place to do it. Kids, if you're wondering, hey, I've already got this in my training manual. Why would I write it in my notebook? For extra practice. One of the things they teach you when you're first learning a new language is you take vocabulary words in whatever language it is, and you end up writing them out like 50 to 100 times. There's a reason for that. If you write them down, the more times you write them down, the better chance your brain has of remembering it. So keep that in mind. Write them down in your notebook. If you really want to remember them, write them down 10 times each, okay? Think of it like you're learning another language, and this is practice for that, okay? Because you are. Japanese is not English. They're different, okay? So with that, what we're going to do next is some speed drills. What you want for this one is either, if you're a kid, you want to try to find something that be ankle weights, like if mom or dad has those hanging around the house, you can wrap them around your wrists. If you take a 2-liter pop bottle and fill it halfway, if you take a 1-liter pop bottle, that would actually be better because you could probably hold on to it. You can grab it by the top, which is what you're going to need to do. Or dumbbells or something else that you find. Kitchen scale will get you in about the right direction. Or if you don't have a kitchen scale, if you can measure out a pint of water. A pint weighs 1 pound. So if you put that in like a plastic bottle, you know it weighs a pound. So 2 pounds-ish would be perfect. Adults, anything up to about 10 pounds. You don't want to go over 10 pounds. I happen to have 5-pound weights, so these are going to be the ones that I use. I prefer 8 pounds for this. That's perfect for me, but whatever you've got is what you're going to work with. So we're going to do some speed drills, and it's just going to be the whole thing. We're going to go through it. I'm going to do it with you, and it's going to be 30 of each. So it's going to be a little bit of a set here. So just try to stay with me as best you can. I'll give you a little extra time, but it's just going to go like this. Okay, so we're going to start getting a nice balanced stance, a nice hikodachi with your hands both up in front of you. We're going to do our back fists first. So it's going to go a back fist to this side and a back fist to this side. We're going out pretty much to the corners. Don't throw these. I'm sure nobody would appreciate you whipping a 5-pound weight or a 2-pound weight across the room. All right, ready? It's going to go pretty quick. So I'll count in English. We're going to do 30. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold them out straight. While you're holding them, what you want to do is you're doing these back fists as fast as you can, okay? Even with the weight in your hand. This is a speed drill, so we're going as fast as we can. Lightweight, high reps. Ready? Bring it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold them out. Good. Keep up that power. Keep up that speed. Remember, speed means as fast as you can. And bring them in. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. Next one we're going to do is, they're called renegade rows. Basically, a renegade row is the row you do with one hand at a time. So you're going to lean forward at the waist so that your hands are back or hanging out in front of your legs. Okay? And you're going to bring them up one at a time like you're doing 30 punches. This one, we're just going to do all 30 of them as fast as you can. Okay? So it's going to go like this. Bring one hand up and then count to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Good. Shake that out. Now we're going to do our punches. So bring your hands up to your hips. We're going to do these kind of slow. So stick with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, shake it out. Hold it up. Bring it out in front of you. I want to hold these up. These are strength. This is strengthening your lats and your shoulders. Holding stuff out in front of you like this. Okay, and bring it back to your hip. 10 more punches. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rope, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Good. Hold it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back. Last set of 10 punches. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rope, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Good. Shake it out. Get back into your position for rows. And we're going to do them as fast as we can. You ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Good. Shake it out. Remember that the rowing motion is working on our arms, our biceps, and our triceps here. Because when I'm pushing it out as fast as I can, I'm trying to overcome the inertia of this weight. The weight doesn't want to move. It wants to stay where it's at, right? So I have to push it down. And then I have to stop that motion and pull it back up. So I'm kind of getting a little extra workout for my bicep, which we don't usually do a lot with. Now this one's going to be a little hard just because we don't work these muscles very often. These are going to be hook punches. So you're going to reach around and around, okay? Don't worry about what your punch looks like. We don't usually do too much in the way of hook punches, but what I want you to do is just try to bring your arm, think of it almost like a ridge hand with your hand closed, okay? And your arm back. So 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to hold both of them up here with your palms down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Back here, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Hold them out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake it out. And back to our rows. Last set of rows. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Good. Set your weights down. then what you're going to do is shake your arms. And we're going to do a quick series. Punch, punch, hook, uppercut. Ready? Punch, punch, hook, uppercut. Your arms should already feel lighter. Ready? So we're going to start medium and we're going to work up to full speed. We're going to do 10 of these. Ready? So start medium, punch, punch, hook, uppercut. 2, punch, punch, hook, uppercut. 3, 4, 5. All right, as fast as you can now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. You should feel quite a bit faster after doing that, just because of having weight in your hand and going as fast as you can. It's going to be slower than your max speed, but when you push your body to go faster and faster with something that weighs more, you actually build that muscle really quick. Okay? Don't go crazy. Kids, don't go too heavy with this. If you grab a really heavy weight, if this was a 30-pound weight or something, and I'm trying to throw it out like this, just the slowing it down and bringing it back is going to tear muscles. So you want to stick with a lighter weight with this. Okay? Even me, I'm only using 5. My best weight is 8. Okay? I just don't have one here. So keep that in mind and work with that accordingly. If you're an adult, probably go through that a second time. All right, pause, jump back, do it a second time so that you really feel that burn. But with that, that's it for class stuff today. So just a couple announcements. T-shirt contest has been concluded. Congratulations to Stacy. Your pagoda with the cherry tree design has won for 2020. So we will be doing some t-shirt stuff with that. Now, with that being said, there was a staff pick. So we got together as staff and we thought about it. And the board-breaking COVID t-shirt is kind of like a rite of passage. So what we're going to do is once we come back to class, once we go back to like training all the time, we're going to make up a second round of shirts for people who are interested to basically, it'll just get modified to say, I practiced through COVID 2019. So, or I broke COVID 2019. That one was made by Nadia, so I'm going to reach out to her and try to come up with a catchy saying for making it through. So for now, we're going to be doing the pagoda. When we come back and we are doing stuff in person, we're going to add in the COVID one for people who are interested. So congratulations to those two. We did, you guys, I got a lot of great drawings, a lot of great designs. Honorable mentions. I really like that Dan went out and found the Japanese equivalent of Embrace the Suck. It comes out as Accept Suck, which is hilarious to me. But, that's how it goes. So great job for you guys. I really appreciate everybody who made drawings. And we're going to do the same thing next year. So if you had a great idea and you just didn't get it down, we do this every year. Zoom class is on Friday. We're going to be doing those still. It's the same link that I keep sending out. Doesn't change. 5 to 5:40 or 5:50 to 6:30 for adults. And we're going to be doing that. The videos every week, we're going to be still doing those. When you guys send them to me, I review them. The more you send them to me, the more I get to review and the better chance you have of improving and not falling behind and staying up on your promotions and stuff. So Carter is our first person to get a promotion via distance learning, so congratulations to him. But the this opens up for everybody. Okay, so the more you guys practice, the more you send me those videos, the faster you can progress. Our Focus Mint giveaway, congratulations to Nick for doing the push-ups last week. We're going to be doing another challenge at some point this week, so keep an eye out for that. And other than that, I got nothing. You guys did awesome today. You guys are dismissed. Us!